Hello and welcome to Notebook. Today we shall talk on a very important chapter from your syllabus, which is data handling. In today's discussion, we shall talk about data collection and bar graphs. And for this, we need to visit Miss Barkha's class to understand this topic in detail. Miss Barkha is a very intelligent maths teacher. Today, she has decided to teach her class of Class 8 about data handling. She had been thinking about how to make her class interesting for her students the whole morning and came up with an idea. She brought the pictures of 5 pet animals: a dog, a cat, a goldfish, a rabbit, and a cow to her class and asked the entire class of 40 students to say which animal would they like most to have as a pet. Immediately, a chaos occurred and everyone started answering all at once. She immediately silenced the entire class with a stern look and started drawing a table on the board. The table looked something like this. Now, she asked each of the students to name one animal each, turn by turn. As each student would name one animal, she would put a mark in the table. After every 4 students mentioning the same animal, she would put an oblique mark indicating the 5th choice. After all the students were done answering, her table looked like this. The class was a bit confused, so she explained.
Look students, the first row has dog and beside it there are 3 sets of lines. The first set has 4 vertical lines and 1 oblique line indicating 5 students. The second set again has 4 vertical and 1 oblique line indicating 5 students. And the third set also has 4 vertical lines and 1 oblique line indicating 5 students. So, we have total 5 plus 5 plus 5, that is 15 students who want a dog as a pet. Students, the process by which I asked the data from you all is called data collection, and this marking system is called tally marks. Similarly, we got 13 students who would want a cat as a pet, 8 students who would want a goldfish as a pet, 3 students who would want a rabbit as a pet, and 1 student who wants a cow as a pet. And thus, we have got the opinion of all 40 of you.
Friends, do you know what Miss Barkha taught us? She actually taught us the fundamentals of collection and grouping of data. Let us now sit in on another session from Miss Barkha. It is another day at school and the class is excited to have Miss Barkha's maths period. Today, Miss Barkha is about to teach bar graphs to the class. So, she takes the example of pet animals from the previous day to teach a new concept. In the previous class, she had already obtained 15 students who liked dog, 13 students who liked cat, 8 students who liked goldfish, 3 students who liked rabbit, and 1 student who liked cow. She then started drawing a graph on the board and represented the entire chart with the help of bar graphs. Friends, did you see how beautifully Ms. Barkha explains everything? The students were very happy. Let us now see some more examples of a modified version of the bar graph called a double bar graph, shall we? Suppose the marks obtained by a student in the session 2013-2014 in the subject Maths, Social Science, Science, English and Hindi are 30, 50, 45, 50 and 60 respectively. In the session 2014-15, the student obtained the marks 60, 55, 50, 45 and 60 in the respective subjects. This data can be easily represented by a double bar graph, which helps us find the information about the improved performance of the student in a particular subject and can also find the subject where the performance of the student deteriorated. Friends, now that we have a sound knowledge on how to represent a bar graph, let us move on to a histogram. So, what is a histogram? A histogram is used for graphical representation of a grouped frequency distribution. Let us learn how to represent one with the help of some examples. Suppose in a 50 marks test, in a class of 30 students, 7 students got marks between 20 to 30, 9 students got marks between 30 to 40, and 14 students got marks between 40 to 50. How would we represent this as a histogram? Let us find out. First, we construct the table as shown. Then, we can represent this data easily on a histogram as shown here. Let us take another example. Suppose we are given a histogram which shows the number of hours for which students of a particular class watched television during the holidays. Now, if we are asked to find out the number of hours, the maximum number of students watched TV, we can say that the highest bar is for the interval 4 to 5, which represents 32 students. So, the maximum number of students watching TV is 32, and they watched TV for 4 to 5 hours. Similarly, if we are asked to find out how many students watched TV for less than 4 hours, we see that the 3 bars representing interval 1 to 2, 2 to 3 and 3 to 4 is our key to the solution. So we can say that 4 plus 8 plus 22, that is 34 students, watched TV for less than 4 hours. With that concept, we come to the end of our today's discussion. I hope that you have been able to understand all about collection of data and bar graphs. We shall meet you soon in our second video where we shall try to understand the pie charts. Until then, Team Notebook wishes you goodbye.